It's Champagne Wishes with Abby and Martha as they'll dive into their lives, relationships, current events, and host guests from time to time to talk with and to learn from, and to build a stronger connection with their community. They'll be stripping away the pretty filters and will be bringing you everyday realness along the way. And here they are, Abby and Martha.
Oh, man. Too funny.
It's funny.
Oh.
All right. So, we good to go? All right.
Yeah.
Episode 5. Clinky
Clinky,
Clinky
clinky.
with
This is my pre-workout.
pre-workout. I have my tea.
Mm.
And lots of water.
Yes.
We're still doing this health thing.
Oh, yeah. You gotta tell me. Hydrate yourself.
I need help with that. Actually, I don't. We've talked about this.
we've
I
talked
drink enough for the whole family.
Yep. Yep. So episode 5.
Episode 5. Quick little download sesh on the health kick. Mm-hmm. We're doing it.
We are doing it. We're feeling great.
Yep.
Moving our body consistently.
So we're doing our big walks, which are about 3.5 to 4 miles. We are doing our booty boot camp on Tuesdays
Booty
and
boot
Thursday.
camp is what my kids call it.
Booty, yeah.
They're like, are you going to your booty boot camp? Because I called it that one time.
I love it.
So yeah, we do that Tuesday, Thursdays. That's been amazing. Pushing ourselves to do things that wouldn't do those workouts on my own.
Never.
So,
And haven't ever in my life.
and Carrie is amazing.
Yes, Carrie's really pushing
Shout out
us.
to you,
She
girl.
is doing so good with that.
And then the tracking. The big piece of it for us has been tracking. So even if we eat something bad, just putting it in there just to give us an idea of where we're at and what we did. So we got our scan today.
We got our second scan.
Yep.
We both have progressed in great areas.
We have. I'm actually, so the scale didn't really move much for me over these weeks, but what did, I've gained muscle. And some inches have come off. So I'm very pleased. As long as I don't focus on the actual weight number right now.
Yeah.
I've been a little sloppy with my diet. So I'm going to clean that up over the next couple weeks and just really try to be as accurate as I can with my tracking and see where we come the next week. But you did really well, didn't you, Ab?
I've lost like 2% of my body fat.
That's awesome.
Gained a pound in muscle and have lost a lot of inches when you add them all together. So
Awesome.
That's what I'm focusing on too. And super excited. So
Yeah. And what we're seeing is that when we're moving more, you want to eat better. And
Drink
for
less.
us, drinking less alcohol.
Yep.
Kind of got into a just
Good
not
groove.
Yeah, good groove of drinking more than we should have. But now I would say we've cut way back and it feels good.
It does. I feel
Yeah.
really good. I feel a lot stronger, just like even getting out of bed.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, wow, look, that didn't hurt like it normally does.
Right. And our lower
Getting out of
back, I
bed.
mean, I had a couple days there because we're doing squats and lunges and things that I haven't done in years, literally. Lower back was screaming a little bit for a few days, but now it seems like it's like, okay.
Well,
you're
you've
in
been
the
kicking
groove,
ass
so.
on the bike too.
Been riding our
which-
Peloton.
Yeah, I just got my first ride in.
Yes.
But you've
Yes.
been doing that like in conjunction with everything throughout the whole time too. And
Yep.
yeah,
It's really great. So, so that's our health check-in. But today we're going to talk about personality traits.
personality traits and knowing yourself, know thyself,
Know thyself.
and know the ones around you. So we have, you and I, our lives are very intertangled in, just being very good friends, being like family to one another. We travel together, we do vacations together. And then we also have our business side where we're both in real estate and we work quite a bit together in real estate as well. And that includes, on buying and selling and marketing and like all the things. And we got to have a fun little, I don't know, boil up yet last week?
Yeah. Yeah. I would say it's more something that's come to a head that needed to, we needed
Get
to
clear.
discuss it. And based on my personality traits or my, whatever you call this, your DISC assessment, confrontation is not something that I like to, not that anyone probably likes it. Maybe some
No.
people do. I don't know if there's a certain person
I'm
that
sure there are
likes
some that
confrontation,
do.
but I definitely don't and avoid it at all costs. So that is something really interesting for us to,
Yeah.
talk through because
Even with all of the things that we have going on in one another's lives, we also have the same business coach.
Yes,
So
we
she
do.
gets to listen to us both talk about what's happening in our business lives. And on the last coaching call, she got to hear it from you and from me. And my large takeaway from that conversation was when I joined Keller Williams a few years ago, they have you take a DISC test. And DISC stands for DISC, dominance, influence,
steadiness, and conscientious. Right?
That's Tony Robbins.
Oh,
And then
I'm sorry.
Compliant. So the Keller Williams
compliant.
one is dominance, influence, steadiness, and compliance.
Oh, okay.
Tony Robbins has a little
Conscientious is
conscientious. Yeah. So business coach said, Abby, your personality type, this is where it would be really great for you and Martha to go over your personality types so that you can learn how do I win with Martha? How do I lose with Martha? Vice versa.
Yeah.
What's our personality type? And even though we do hang out so much, I've learned a lot from taking this test with you.
Oh my gosh, so much. Because I think that is, I mean, as a friend, you may like subconsciously know things about somebody, but when you're actually having to have what we call hard conversations, which are things that, hey, I don't ever want to upset Abby, right? Like, and you probably feel the same way here. It's like, oh my gosh, I avoid it at all costs. I'll just, whether that costs me money or whatever time or energy, I'd rather self-inflict that than put it on her. And that means you truly care about somebody when you would rather have something happen to you than put you through something. And so I would rather avoid some of those like hard conversations to
spare me.
To spare you. And I feel like you do the same for me too, but you're more willing to come to those conversations and have them, and I'm a chicken. So.
Well, I think for me, it's like physical. If something's going on and there is a disconnect or something looming that we've got to talk about, it makes me so physically uncomfortable that I'm literally busting down your door to be able to talk about it. And for me, it's like to handle that quickly is a lot better than allowing it to fester. And I think your personality, and from learning about this, is you do take it on. You'd rather just keep it inside, where I'm like, bleh, I want to vomit it out. I want to get it over. Let's move on and be, our merry selves.
Right.
So we learned that
Yes.
dramatically last week. And it wasn't even like it was anything negative.
No.
It was just conflicting ideas and opinions, and me having an idea of how to handle that and you having an idea of how to handle that. And we probably screwed up because we did some texting.
Yeah,
We probably
texting is
shouldn't
the worst.
It is. And everyone
It is
knows
the
it
worst.
too.
So
it's the worst way to communicate.
It's the worst. I don't like texting with clients. I don't like texting with friends. And especially there needs to be like something in my head that goes ding, ding, ding. Don't text about this. And normally it does. But for some reason, I put some ideas together in a text and left out a really important piece of my thought. And so it's just not texting is not
cool.
a good thing.
I think
up
it's
the phone.
good to say maybe in a text like, yo, we need to talk about this.
Yeah, but not like go into details.
Yeah, I think that's good. So after the business coach was like, hey, you know what? This would be really good. And then literally this thing happened and it was done and over with in less than 24 hours. We got it handled and figured out. And we both laughed at each other because some of the things you were wanting to tell me, you left out of the text, which then when I heard that, I'm like, oh my God, no brainer. For me, it's like, it's got to make sense to me and my what's the word, in my glasses. Like, and so sometimes when you're talking about things that are a bit of a confrontation, that's probably not a good personality trait for me, is like, it's got to make sense in my lens. Right. And I feel like I'm a really empathetic person.
You
but
are.
I still am like that. If it doesn't make sense to me and it's a confrontation, I'm still gonna be like, nope.
Yep.
And so I need to learn and grow.
No.
I need to learn and grow.
So I'm going to just kind of say so after I took the style, the DISC style, am I saying this right? An IDS?
Yes. So this is the Tony Robbins DISC personality test. You guys can all go online and get it.
Yeah.
At TonyRobbins.com/DISC.
It's free.
It's free if you want to pay a little bit extra, and we might do that. It'll
Yeah.
kind of, if you
Connect the
pay, it'll
dots.
give you some more
This is how you would
understandings.
interact with this type of personality or finding ways. This kind of reminds me, as we were taking this, of if any of you guys have ever taken or read the book, The 5 Love Languages, and how you may receive love a certain way and your partner may need to receive love a different way. And so this is it's similar in the sense of like, okay, you need to understand yourself and how you receive love or how you receive information, just like this DISC. And then how do you give it out and who do you, how do you react and interact with others? So
Yeah.
I've never done anything like this before. Maybe I have for an employment way back when, but I don't remember. So IDS is what mine, so it's, where's the first page? I means
influence,
and then the D is the dominance, and then the S is the steadiness. So, and then what is yours?
Mine
yours is
came
D.
out as a DI, so I'm high in dominance and high in influence, and then steadiness and compliance or conscientiousness rated real low.
Oh, so we'll just hit these high points because I think they're fun to see just the bullet points. Okay, so emotionally, it says that I want to be seen as warm and open by others. So, and that is true. I want people to like me.
Yeah.
And Bridget always says that. I'm just like,
well, that's the I personality,
right.
and I have that too.
Yeah.
So it's that you're a people pleaser,
yeah.
and you want people to like you, and it's about being very social and talkative. Like it's a great personality trait.
Yeah.
For me, it says emotionally, I may appear to not need attention or affirmation from others, which to me reads as I've got quite the resting bitch face.
Oh.
That's what I kind of see that as, like, oh, my RBF is really high. I don't need you to like me or give me any attention, which I don't know.
That is not true.
I don't know. I don't know how much I agree with that one. Yeah.
It says the next one's your goal is to build personal connections and positive feelings, and I would say that's pretty true to me. Or pretty, I want to positive. I don't. Yeah, it's about the personal connection. So when I talk to Bridget about like, what are you going to do for your business or today, it always comes back to the personal connection for me. Yeah. It has very little to do with like the nitty gritty, like we've talked about in previous podcasts. I don't want to talk about process or like numbers or those kind of things.
You just want to focus on the relationship part, which I feel the same way too. Mine says my goal is to gain control over circumstances, outcomes, and other people. Now, I would say that I do like to have control over my surroundings.
I think you would like to have control, though, in a sense of like you want to make sure that the quality, so like your expectations are really high for yourself and the people around you. So I don't think it's a control. Oh, there's the muffins.
The rolls are ready.
The rolls are ready.
Ava, your rolls are ready. Paging Ava. This girl is making Texas Roadhouse rolls from scratch with honey butter. And our diet podcast. I love it.
Yeah.
Incredible, Ava.
Thanks, Ava.
Yeah. We'll let them burn.
Yeah, burn. No, we won't because they're really good.
Really
I took a bite and oh my gosh, really they're better than Texas Roadhouse. Okay. So how you value others. Favorable recognition of others finds the basic decency.
I'm sorry. Hold on one second.
No, you're fine.
Steve, yep. You can use that. Don't burn yourself. And you can just put it on the other. Yep. Realness. Steve's pulling the buns out.
No big deal. He's got it.
We're all in this together, including the rolls. Okay. So how you value others.
Okay. Favorable recognition of others and finds the basic decency in them. So I'd like to say that, you do want to assume people...
Assume the best?
Yeah, assume the best. Give them the benefit of the doubt. My mom taught me that, and I think it's important. So I think that's pretty aligned with my thoughts. What does yours say?
Mine says the way I value others is how they project their personal power, which to me kind of seems, I'm a super intuitive person.
You are.
And for me, it's about the vibes. And so if I feel like you're projecting your power in a way that's authentic to how I'm perceiving you, you're in like Flint. If something doesn't match up there to me, like where I feel like you're projecting something that's actually not what I'm getting, now I've got red flags. So I would say that's pretty accurate.
Way more intuitive on that. I could,
Oh, yeah, I think that's that coming out.
The value you bring to an organization, mine says, will bring stability to group efforts with predictable actions and possess good listening skills. I would say that's...
You're a great listener.
Well, thanks.
But I think you contribute a lot more than that.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Mine says I'm a mover and a shaker.
Yeah, that's damn straight and true.
Uses a variety of methods when interacting with others to move behaviors towards a desired result.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Let's quantify that. Let's do this. Yeah. Let's have a goal. Let's do that. I'm like, I liked it as a pretty. So another takeaway, not to get off here, but it said that I'm an idea person. So like I love dreaming and like come along with me on this journey of like, let's do this. But then the implementation process sometimes for me is like, how am I going to get there? And you're more like, okay, how are we going to do that? And
Yeah.
I'm like, wasn't that a pretty dream?
Like, oh my gosh, you set a dream in front of me. Now I'm going to make you do it.
yeah, right. And I'm like,
You're
I don't
welcome.
want to do it. I just want to talk about it. So,
No.
what did
Let's
yours?
see here. Oh, cautions. Understand that the ends do not always justify the means. We were talking about this. It kind of doesn't make sense to me. So the ends don't always. Okay, so the work that I put towards getting to an end sometimes.
You know
the
what I think this
ends-
kind of lends it to, Abby? Is the cart before the horse deal.
Hate that.
That's Abby.
That's
sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
You are. You're like, okay, let's plan out the next 49 million years. And I want to no, but I love you for it. But it is funny because I'm like, whoa, we were on first and you want to like hit a grand slam, girl.
Yeah.
So I got to pull you back a little bit. But
I'm talking
I love
about the
it.
decade end goal here.
And I love it. I need that. That's what I think is really cool.
yin to the
is-
yang.
yes, it is. It's really neat. But yeah, maybe that's what it's trying to tell you. I don't know. What you fear. I think this is an interesting one. Having to pressure others or being seen or blamed as a source of pain or problems.
Oh my God.
That is
Yeah.
like so me in the sense that like we were talking about avoiding or like just
That's a visceral
wandering
reaction
off.
for you.
Yes,
If you're a
yes.
visceral
I don't want to
reaction
be
to-
the reason why someone's suffering or the reason.
They're having a bad day, or to being that person that brings up the thing. Like you would rather just hold that inside
Yeah.
and ingest it and,
What does your fear
suffer.
say?
Mine says my fear is being seen as being taken advantage of. Huge.
Yeah.
Or losing social status in a group, which I don't know that I necessarily that means so much to me.
No.
Because I feel like I'm okay with where I'm at in a social group.
Right,
If you like me,
right.
you like me. You don't.
Right. No,
But-
but that first
Yeah.
part was definitely true. So
Yeah, for sure.
that is really interesting. So, and then you could dive in, of course, into each category. It gives you a little bit. It's just really interesting. I really
God.
encourage you guys to do this. It was a lot of fun, and to watch it play out. Like, my personality says, "Let me entertain you." Like, I want people to. Apparently, I like to hear myself talk. I'm on a podcast, so I guess I like to hear myself talk. I don't know, but it's interesting when you read through it about yourself. It
Yep.
just it's kind of like that aha moment.
So this is cute. So they say the dominant D style, look at my accomplishments. The interacting I style, hey, look at me.
That's not us.
No, not at all. Not at all. No, it's really not.
Oh my gosh. That's
So yeah, I think that
funny.
was a lot of fun to just kind of dive into, and I think it'll only help us. I think it'd be great for our husbands to take this
I
too.
do
Like,
too.
let's just start making everybody take the Tony Robbins
I
test.
love it. And
Yeah.
on the theoretical, I think this is really interesting because I am more on a feeling. A lot of what I do in my life is really by trial and error. That is such a big, when I read that. And then the other thing was, I go off of intuition more than I do theory. So I thought that was an interesting piece too, is it's like a feeling more than really a proven.
And mine says that I've got a very strong desire to learn the truth,
I can-
and the need to know why, which I totally agree with. I always want to know why.
See, and I'm
Why?
like, I just accept it immediately. I'm like, oh, okay, yep, that sounds good. So,
I'm like, oh, let's dig a little deeper. And
Yep.
sometimes that can get me in trouble too.
yep.
The dominant D style, it says venting relieves their tension. Yeah, hello. I like to vent. If something's bothering me, we're going to talk about it, or I'm going to process it with someone close to me.
Yes.
So venting
a safe
is
person.
Yep, venting is strong. Masters of mind control.
I know.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That doesn't sound great.
But yes, you guys need to take the test. We love it. And then we did, what was the other one? Like a personality, like more of like a
Oh,
horoscope deal,
yeah.
which we found it's a little more
Kind
surface
of
level, but it was
bizarre.
really interesting.
Yeah, so we're both Aquariuses, I think.
But
Unless
the
something-
test spit out that we were Aries,
Aries.
I think.
Yeah. So let me see here. Let me pull up what an Aquarius, and I should know it. Like, I would love to know more about astrology.
You're
and
Aquarius too?
astronomy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
February.
Aquarius.
Oh, yeah, because I'm January 28th and you're February 13th, right? 15th.
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 So an Aquarius is a water symbol. Oh no, yeah, water bearer. Element is air. Ruling planet is Uranus. Start date January 19th. End date February 19th.
Okay. That's interesting that we're both the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, isn't that? And then let's see here. Strengths are advanced, creative, irrespective. Humanitarian. Weakness is overly emotional situations, inability to compromise, hot-tempered. Ding, ding, ding. I would say a few of those apply to both of us for sure.
Absolutely.
Aquarius likes entertainment, aiding others, struggle for reason, intellectual conversations, and a perfect listener. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, perfect listener. And then the personality test that we took online through ptpsychtests.com. We both answered these 60 questions. It took about 20 minutes, and it said that we tested as an Aries.
Yeah,
Which
I found that interesting.
the element is fire, quality is cardinal, symbol is the ram. Defining traits is extroversion, resilience, ambition, initiative. Well, I agree with all those. So maybe we're a little bit of both. Famous Aries people: Al Gore, Betty Ford, Diana Ross, Colin Powell, David Letterman, and Maya Angelou. Hello.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll take that.
yes, that'll work.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that there.
I'm just going to align myself with someone. Yep. So that was I haven't even really gotten to fully marinate, as we say, on this, but I'm hoping that it helps us and that it helps the people around us, because you can have all the best of intentions, but if you don't know how to communicate.
Yeah. And especially from a client perspective. So we're very connected when you're doing real estate. That is a connection with that client at that time that for both of us, I know it's our career objective for that relationship to sustain itself over time, grow and build. It's all about the connection. It's all about the relationship.
The
for
trust.
You and I both trust. And so when you're in those moments with people, knowing the type of personality I am, if someone is more of like the steady compliant type, and they're not this domineering and like, hey, look at me person, I really have got to back those traits of mine down and meet that person face to face so that they first off
So
feel
true.
heard.
Yep.
I'm not railroading all over them. And we've got to be able to do that for our clients. And also, I would say almost even more importantly is with our co-op agents. So if something comes up in real estate and it's a doozy, which we deal with on a weekly basis, I got to be able to talk to the agent on the other phone and knowing or picking up on the type of personality I'm dealing with and how I need to interact, is huge. It can be the difference of thousands and thousands of dollars to our clients, whether or not an agent gets along with one another and if we can work together as a team through a hard time.
Absolutely right.
There's nothing worse than when that's not
No, that's really who the transaction. Yeah, I mean we have to meet in the middle on that. Is so true.
Yeah.
And the buyer or the seller that we're working with definitely can feel if that went well or not. So
Yeah, and it's an integral part of our relationship to our
Bye,
co-op
Lily.
agents. Yeah. Is
See
that
ya.
Lily? I don't know.
I know. She looks super tan.
Wow, is she from
She looks
Italy? Like what? Oh my
Oh
gosh,
my.
Lily, I can't right
I
now.
can't
That
right
hair
now.
is black. You definitely belong on the Jersey Shore right now. Did you do like the
I was
you did
just
a
gonna
double
say
dip.
You double dipped. That I'm like, she is not
God.
Dark with an extra pass on the legs.
Wow.
extra pass on the legs. Oh my gosh, I just can't even.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pink toes.
I guess
I
we
know,
can
are
tell.
you?
Take pictures of the square. Bye.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, Lily just got totally transformed with a double dip spray tan.
I didn't even know
Wow.
you could double dip like that.
I mean, now
yeah. Maybe we should go double dip.
You know what? I think my
I
spray
would
tan
die.
days are over, though.
would
I mean, unless there's like a major event. I hate the way it smells. I hate how it rubs off on my sheets. I'll go white, pale, pasty versus that.
Same.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious.
Yeah. I had to comment. I couldn't even handle it.
I
I'm
know.
like,
I'm like looking at her, like the whites of your eyeballs look really.
and your teeth look real white, girl.
Wow, that was crazy. To be 17 and
She was,
learning
like,
your
feeling
way.
herself,
Oh yeah,
too.
she was. She was totally feeling herself. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh.
She looked cute, but yeah, totally not what I saw this morning.
No, different person.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
All right.
I
Circle
don't
back
know.
around. Circle back around. Yep. Lola
Oh.
didn't even like it. Bing
I
bong ding dong.
know,
Like,
Bing Bong
who the hell
Ding
is that
Dong's-
person?
I don't know. Totally
your big
different.
mom.
Yep.
Or your little
You know
mom.
what I also find hilarious is that Ava made all these rolls and she
dipped.
just left.
She bounced. Thank God for Steve to get the buns out of the
I
oven.
know. She just left and it's like, okay, maybe this is why we have to track our food, and Ava just probably ate one and left.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
it feels like for sure. Thanks, Ava. We appreciate it. So we will
can't
have
right now.
to We'll be back. They're crazy. And now the dog's barking. Oh my God. This day. It's a little bit of a shit show.
It is. But when is it not?
It's our
when
brand.
Is it not? Yep,
Yeah,
it's our brand. You got it.
Yep.
So can we talk about a little bit about okay, I love what kids say, and I'm just gonna bring this up. Abby and I were just talking about how we've never had a fight before.
Right.
And Ava's like, Mom, remember when you came home and you were yelling about something to Dad? I'm like,
no idea either. I'm like, God, what was it?
Oh, I know, but I'm just laughing so hard. I'm like, oh my gosh, Ava, that was probably not what your mom
Oh,
wanted
Ava was
to
like,
bring up.
oh yeah, I'm going to sell my mom out
Yeah,
real
real
fast,
oh my
right before their
gosh.
podcast. There was this time, I
and
don't know
you were
when,
talking to Dad about it.
a specific, I don't know what it was about. I don't know the time range, but yeah, there was a time where you were really upset about something in real estate. Well, that's like every other day.
Yeah, I know, but I just had to mention that because it was pretty funny. She was like, oh yeah, they're fine. Okay, that was a little.
Go lay down.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So we forgot to mention in our physical, when we were talking about our physical stuff, we signed up for a half marathon.
Oh yes, our friend Kaylee asked us the other day.
She did. And we're both psychos and we're like, yep, count me in.
Count me in.
Count me in.
We're gonna get the gym set up in Abby's basement.
Yep.
We're gonna start training, and like Kaylee said yesterday, she's gonna start doing some workouts, and then we're gonna start our running in June. I think the half marathon's in October.
Yes, it's in October, so we
so
have
we're
some
gonna-
time. We have some time.
But I just love that we're trying new things and
Me
like
too.
pushing ourselves and trying to.
We're learning and growing. This is another learning and growing tool.
Totally is.
Yep. So yeah, half marathon. Wow. Yeah. And then we've also kind of given ourselves a little treat. You know what I'm
So,
talking about.
We might like sound totally crazy. We're doing this. We're doing a disc test. We're going on a diet. We're doing a body composition, and we're also going to Mexico.
Mexico. Yeah.
In
So
October,
we
we're going to
love
Mexico.
book spontaneous trips. It's pretty.
So our good friend
Problematic
Darren
sometimes.
and Jessica, they just went. Well, lots of our friends were with them on that trip, but we definitely were like, "Oh, that looks like a really cool place." So that's
that
where
sounds
we're
like a
headed.
good idea. Oh, hey Martha, I'll be in your garage in 2
Yeah.
minutes. Let's book it. Lola.
So we have
off.
something fun to look forward to, and that's it's definitely a motivator to me to be able to have something to look forward to. So
Get down. There's some of Ava's roll for you.
Aw,
Okay, no.
she's being
Chill out.
good. Yeah,
Yeah, she's getting better with her age, just like all of us.
calm down a little bit.
Yeah,
less
she's calmed
feisty.
Yep. So I think we've brought you guys all up to speed on our current physical situation. We're working out a lot.
Yeah.
We're growing and developing new tools and how to communicate with one another, which we highly suggest for everybody to do in their own lives. It's great.
Yep.
We really do hope that these podcasts are motivating in some way, shape, or form. So I hope
Yep.
it's not just super annoying.
No.
I'm sure it can be.
Oh, I'm sure it can be, but what we want you guys to know is that hey, we're struggling here. We have our
gosh.
same. Look what just happened with us. It's like hey, we went through something together last week, and we're stronger on the other end. And it's like hey, just trying to do better, be
Do
better.
And once you know better, you do better.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah. It's a little motto I like. So.
Very much so.
All right. Well, episode 5 in the books.
Whoop,
Clinky,
whoop.
clinky.
Clinky, clinky.
Healthy drinkies.
Yes, I
Yeah.
love those.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.